Hello, this is Cusax, and welcome back to my Rising World, Farm World. This has been an update long in the making. Just haven't had the solid time and ability to sit down and record this. Unfortunately, this is probably also the last update to this world. A lot of stuff has been added, but in the Christmas release, they have added Biomes, which has had some detrimental effects to old worlds, which I'm not upset about because the biomes are pretty cool from what I've seen. But this update here covers a lot of the stuff that's happened over the summer and stuff. So here's my farm. If you remember going here, I had these fields. Since then, they've added the hoe that lets you put down farming land, and then I've started planting crops. This is my broccoli. And I started all of these with 10. I gave myself 10 of each just to see how hard it was to expand into full fields and stuff like this. And this probably took maybe a day or so to do all these different crops. So food is very plentiful. It can be a lot really tedious if you want to set it up really nice fields like this, but I've got my broccoli, these are my potato plants. Potatoes were going to be a more staple crop, so I gave them more room. And then strawberries were hard to expand on, so they take longer to do. Carrots are pretty easy to find and use. Tomatoes are extremely easy because of the fact that the vine doesn't go away. Like, given the simplicity of tomatoes, I'd probably just subsist on tomatoes entirely in this game right now, just because there's no incentive to do anything else, and this doesn't require a lot of replanting once you've created enough of them. Got myself some salad or lettuce over here. And those are all the plants that I believe so far that you can plant. But the fields were coming along pretty nicely, so I was happy with that expansion and that update. Also, they have the new trees like the willows and stuff like that that you can now plant quite easily. I have planted many trees. You all remember the barn. There's all the standard, most of the things I ran into, those glitches and stuff, still are there. But the barn is still one of the things I really liked how it turned out. I liked the details and stuff of the barn. And even the slight imperfections when I built the floor, I think add to the character. So, alright, so the barn's looking good. Now, a lot of people commented about the farmhouse, and so I have, in response, taken their advice and redid the interior of the lower floor by putting in a nice big fireplace. I took out all the interior walls on the first level so that to accommodate the fireplace because it just needed enough space and people sitting around. And I added some stuff so that you can cook and somebody can sit here and tend it while other people eat, and it's kind of like a meeting area. None of the couches really work for the more rustic style of this. Still think we need some more wood textures and stuff. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, I'm starving. Let's get some food in this character's belly. Eat some apples. So, the chimney and stuff, I piped through the thing. There was kind of a dead spot anyways in the house right there on the upper floors, so it wasn't a hard deal to add the chimney. And then in the top floor, it turned out to be behind everything. And so, there we go. Nice chimney for our farmhouse to use, or a nice fireplace for our farmhouse to use for cooking and such. And I think everybody will be happy about that addition to the farmhouse. I also planted, I made a well back here, and I planted a row of trees to help, wind buffets and things like that. The well, I don't know if you guys saw this, but the well goes down quite some ways. Yes, all the way down to a rocky thing. I did the entire roof by hand. That's all. Those are all individual planks placed out. I probably used the row tool, the planting them all in line, but a lot of the edging and stuff was individual pieces, and the top was all custom crafted. So another thing I was happy to turn out. And of course, since they've added planting and stuff, I've actually taken some time to fill in some of the greenhouse. I made some of the plots plant or fields, and then I've planted all the flowers and stuff in here. I've been sorting them by color and stuff, all the ones I've collected and stuff. I left my body in that plot in remembrance of building and falling to my doom. So, yes. Alright, so this is the pasture and stuff. There isn't any leads or anything, and there's still a glitch, so the fence never got finished, and I was never able to properly populate this with the animals and stuff and get them in the right spot. This happens a lot, where plants get respawned every time I load the world, and they appear out of the ground. This is a more recent thing, and I think they'll fix that in the near future. Part of it probably has to do with the algorithms they're using, and I can show you part of why this is the last update here very shortly. But some of the other things I was working on was I actually collected all the lemon trees I could find. All the lemon trees to form these guys here, and then all the apples, and I was working on building an orchard. So, and the orchard, I was going to build, another farmhouse kind of in this empty area here, the care tenders of the orchard and stuff like that. But here's the thing I was talking about. So the algorithm, when they change the terrain generation for the algorithms and stuff, has changed with the biomes, which means that the land is generating difference, and you got all these seams and stuff, and then any chunks I touched look fine, but then as soon as you get to chunks that aren't, you can see the seam gets really big, really bad. That's part of the reason why the floating plants, because they're based on the algorithm where the land is. And as you can see, like, it gets more and more traversed, because this used to be like my spawn area here, like a cabin and everything, and this is all heavily wooded and heavily rugged terrain here. But now the new algorithm's got it very flat, and so that's why all the trees that previously generated are up here, and all the land is actually way down here. So this is the honest reason why I'm going to be having to start a new world and new creations and such. It's just this tear in the lands and stuff. But as I said, this being an alpha, this is totally expected. I'm surprised I got along so far without any major changes like this. I don't think this will be the last change like this, as they improve the world generation and the contents of the world, the different things and such. But alright, continuing on. Let's see, we'll go into the town and cover the few things that, were in the works and such like that. So, if you remember from my previous video, there was Tiger. He was my buddy. He was working on some projects and stuff. This was his major project. He was building a fortification around this crevasse in the ground and stuff, and that was to protect the towns for what might try to come up out of that thing. So this entire fortress area was for the defenders to contain the underworld, essentially, was the plan. And as you can see, Tiger's got a really good eye for details and such. There's some glitch with some of the corner pieces recently. I don't know what's causing that, but the old Gothic architecture he was really good at, and he did a lot of work there, and then custom roofing and stuff like that. We both really enjoy this game and its capabilities and stuff, building the floors, seeing how you can build things like that. It was worked really nice. So It's a shame that we probably won't ever get to finish that. And then built this. This is going to be a bell tower for alerting the town of something, crisis and stuff. You can come up here and ring the bell. Um, there was more to do. Put a little platform and a little covered hut and stuff, and then and then request a bell to be added to the game that could be put to the top of that. Over here, I laid out some shops and markets and stuff like that. The idea is to build them along the town and actually, start filling stuff in, um, and giving a true town appearance and such. So that there was what this was for. And the key, to when you're building that type of stuff is to make sure they're not regular boxes on a line and stuff like that. And as you can see, I put in some entrances. I didn't keep them the same front face, kind of break up the lines and such, and then make them irregular shapes. Like this one kind of curves around the back one, and then back here was supposed to be like an alley area with like rear entrances to the shops and maybe access to second floor housing on top of the shops. This is going to be a little patio area, kind of. This was going to be like a restaurant and stuff where people could get food and things like that. Alright, moving along. I don't remember if we ever covered this, but this was the spawn area we created in our world. So essentially, we built this little shrine up here, and you would appear on this little block right here, and looking out over the town. We thought that was, an appropriate shrine. Again, corners are all some visual bugs there. I haven't checked this since the recent updates, so I didn't realize those were there. But that just has to do with some, I don't know, maybe adjusted the way those worked or something. But in the end, that was the spawn, and of course the path up to the fortress and stuff. The western fortifications are there. All right. Some more stuff that had on the works. We had an area back here. My intention was to I built kind of a path, and you could walk up here. And this was going to be like a poor section of town. I was going to build little warrens and stuff and make use of this cave, and I did some testing back here. But the idea is I was going to build some, a little area that would have been really condensed, small housing and stuff to represent one of the poorer districts of the town, where a lot of laborers and stuff worked. On the contrary, on the flip side of that, across from the shops over here, I had intended to build, a richer part of town with some large houses and like it was going to culminate in a big mansion up here on this top part here. But different high-end homes and that type of thing for the more affluent of the town. They had, this path start marking out where that stuff would lead to and things like that. And then it also came down over here because this would have been the expensive entrance, for the more affluent to access the theater, which we've covered in a previous one. So yes, there's the theater still. And then moving on over here. This was going to be the mine warehouse that I was building. I still had more work to do on some roofing and stuff like that. Some shelves I was going to build in here. Let's give you a better look here. So this was going to be like, a person comes into town from the southern fortifications, which are also incomplete. So that's west, that's north, that's south. But this was going to be a warehouse, and I was going to put shelves in here, and then on each shelf put a chest, that type of thing, and then fill them up with rocky quarry mining goodness, which, if you come out here, is the tunnel that I dug and was working on flattening out and reinforcing and putting in beams and stuff like that, to the effect of this would have been the town mine would have been through here, and I was gonna start doing a quarry strip mine due to the fact that, you know, minerals are random. That'd be the most cost effective. So the idea was I was gonna come through here and um, as I ran into stuff, of course, I diverted and pulled out all the resources and things like that. But once up back here, this would have been just a giant pit. Again, you can see some of the seams and stuff because I've taken out some of the grass, is what it was. This is one of the places I was harvesting grass sheaths to fix some of my landscaping and stuff in other areas. So eventually, I was going to strip this all down and then build some, mining administration offices and then scaffolding and start just strip mining straight down. And that would have lasted them forever. I would have done. I think I would have gotten a decent amount of resources out of there for building everything. Um, uh, but I captured all this stone and I stuck it in chests and things like that. I didn't. This was moving back towards a more survival game, not spawning stuff. And everything I was here was either out of existing stores or from trees I'd cut down and stuff along the way. Alright, so the last thing to cover, I guess, would be the southern fortifications, which haven't been previous covered. But the idea is that the fortifications are going to come out over here and also provide kind of a secure a way to protect the richer areas up here from this entrance. So the fortifications would have been along the side of the road and provided gated access to the upper areas and then access to the upper levels of the fortifications, which if you come up the stairs here, I'll do that. So then you would climb up these stairs to the upper reaches as this goes over the mountain. See, you got the little fortress at the top for command post type area. And then you have the southern fortifications, which have inner and outer fortifications, things like that. So we go down here, as you can see. The idea was I was going to put a stairs over there to this landing, because that came up, I added that afterwards. But additional buildings and such like that, and then taking you out to the southern wall. Eventually I was going to put in some farms and stuff out here. Farms take a long time to plant and crop and all that stuff, so I've been putting that off. But these went all the way over here, and there would have been a guard tower over here to watch the side, and then over there. Large main entrance, roads still to build, those types of things. Again, the algorithm spawned the new trees in the middle of stuff. Over here would have been a little, I think I was going to put a stable in there so you could put your horses. And then this is actually, to turn on the light, it's walled off back there. There was a cave that goes straight back and, over here. So, and then there's additional fortifications up here for another guard tower and stuff like that. As I said, not complete. There's still a lot of passages and stuff that needed to get done, like that stairs there and stuff. So, I believe that is it. It's time to say farewell to this world. Had a lot of plans, didn't have as much time as I thought I would to build all this stuff. There's always other distractions, other games that get in the way too, but I still really enjoy Rising World, and I'll be starting a new world and expanding upon starting a new challenge for myself, I guess, on building and such like that. So, alrighty. It only took one game day to show you everything. That's nice. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I have a couple other videos I plan to add in the near future. A couple things I saw people requesting and stuff. But for now, this is the end of my farming world. I hope you enjoyed it and inspired you to build your own craft things. Thank you for viewing my videos, and I hope you enjoyed this update and look forward to hopefully doing something new this year in a new world. Take advantage of the new biomes and stuff. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.